Hi, everyone. It's Annette Anthony, your Vice President for Technology Engagement. I've got a really special presentation today, and it has everything to do with mobile. But before we dive in, I just want to remind you that if you have questions, please don't hesitate as we're going through to type those questions in the chat box, and we will do our very best to get back with you quickly, okay? You guys ready? Let's get started. You're going to want to grab a pen and paper, perhaps even your mobile device, because I'm going to dive in through some of the tools through mobile. Now, here's the deal. Right now, especially with social distancing, right? We are so connected with our mobile devices. And at the end of the day, you have to think about who's the boss here. Well, at Exit Realty, we believe that you are the boss. And each of you has your own unfair competitive advantage, right? It's how you market yourself out there to the industry. How is it that you're engaging with other people while you're not able to be in person, okay? Lots of different opportunities there. Also, you have to think about your branding. What does your branding look like on mobile as people are just fused to their technology? And then lead generation. What I'm going to do for you today is we're going to live drive. I'm a huge fan, especially when we're talking about mobile, that I want to show it to you from the mobile experience as we live drive the tools. We're going to ditch the screenshots. I want to go through the actual process. We're going to talk about lead engagement. And of course, there's some support resources, because what you're going to learn today, you're going to think about, how am I going to apply this every single day? I got you. All right, so let's get started. First of all, there are a lot of tools out there. And I always have said for years now that technology, even though it moves very quickly, it will never replace the real estate sales associate. But the real estate sales associate who decides to leverage the technology, they will replace agents who don't, plain and simple. We know this, right? But good thing at Exit, we have the environment where we teach you how to leverage the tools. Even if you're completely, you're not confident using the tools, we're here. You've got our support so that we can help you lead with confidence, because we know that when you use them, you're going to be able to strengthen your relationship so that you can close more business, okay? We obsess about the tools that we're creating for you, simply because if they can help you create business opportunities, that's what we want to do. If it's going to help you close more business, that's what we want to do. And tools help us do that. Now, we do not build tools for investors, right? We do not build tools for the headlines. We build tools for the most important and invaluable assets of the organization. We build tools for our people, and they have to be easy to use, and they have to be effective. So we're going to go through a variety of tools, and I'm really excited about it. So these are the 6 that we're going to focus on today. We're going to talk about the Exit websites. We're going to talk about digital presentations, the Exit Realty Connect app. We're going to dive in and show you some opportunities where you can lead generate. We're also going to talk about the mobile business card and just how easy it is to help you connect, the expert marketing suite to brand your properties. And then we're also going to talk about our fabulous Exit Ad Center. Everything mobile. So you guys ready? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a little bit of PowerPoint, very little, but then a lot of hands-on. So let's dive in. I'm going to go to the web, and I want to be able to show you my screen on my mobile device. So the first thing on deck that we're going to talk about is the Exit websites. And I've got the PowerPoint here so we could toggle back and forth. I want to make sure that we stay on task, okay? So Exit websites is where we will focus our attention. So let's take a look. Here on my mobile screen, I actually have Sharon Richardson's website. This is her Exit provided site that she created. She opted to have the IDX search on there as an elite level member, which is cool. But look how beautiful it looks on mobile, right? Because this is how consumers search. They never leave home without their mobile device, right? They are, they've always got it within hand's reach. So having a beautiful website that's mobile responsive is a top priority, because you want to make sure that everything looks fabulous, and it should. Couple things to note. Look at how beautiful her site is. It's super responsive. I can connect with her. I can start searching. I can connect with her mobile business card. I can see an affordability calculator, very, very important. One of the things that I would highly recommend that you do is, especially with your exit websites, is make sure that you see what it looks like on mobile and that you also share it with your consumers and let them know. Maybe do an Instagram story to let people know that not only can they connect with you, but they can also do what they love, which is search for their next property, okay? Now let's next talk about our digital presentation. So I'm going to go into our Exit Realty Connect app. This is one of my favorite features within the app, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can leverage the Exit Realty presentations. First of all, I'm diving into the Exit Realty Connect app. So you'll want to write that down in case you have not yet accessed your branded Exit Realty Connect app. You can go to your Google Play or your App Store and get started right away. And actually your login to get in is the same as your roster code and password that you would use for the resource center. So it makes it really easy. What we love about this is the ability to share your presentation. So let's talk about that. On the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see where it says Exit Presentations. So when we click on Exit Presentations, here's what I love. You've got the plus sign at the very bottom right-hand corner. Did you know that you can actually go in, you can choose what type of presentation do you want to do? So we have sponsor presentation, buyer guide, seller guide. Let's say you're on social media and you happen to see that somebody's thinking about moving closer to family. You can click on perhaps their seller guide, right? Because they might need to sell their home. And of course, you would choose your office, maybe even type in your prospect's name. So I'm going to type in Susan Harrison because I know she's waiting in the wings as we're doing this presentation. And I can type in a little message. I can say, hey, Susan, exclamation point. It was great connecting with you, period. Here's the information I mentioned, period. Preview it at your convenience and let me know how I can help you, period. Now, because I'm logged in as Sharon, I'm going to go ahead and just type in Sharon. Cool. Now, at the very bottom, you'll notice that I can also choose a background. So whatever background I want to choose, I can do that. I'm going to click on Add Presentation. So now what's great is I have Susan's presentation right here. Let me just refresh my screen so that you can see this. Excellent. So you'll see Susan's presentation right there up at the top. I can go ahead and click on that presentation and I can email it to her right now. I can click on email at the top right-hand, top center, or I can send it to her via text, which is great too. So you always want to be paying attention to what your consumers are doing, your friends, your family, people that are closest to you. They leave clues all the time. The question is, are you taking advantage of those clues? Now, here's another way that you can send your presentation. So you can go into the app. You can click on the quick lead button. When you click on the quick lead button, there's 4 different situations, right? You can send out your mobile business card, send your information to a potential seller, buyer, or even a potential recruit. So we're still talking about the seller, okay, as an example. I'm going to click on potential seller. Here's what I love. I can go ahead and type in, let's say I type in my husband's information, Brady Anthony, and I'm going to type in his mobile number, 602-394-5097. Now, what I love about our tools is that it doesn't say, hey, you interested in local market conditions? It doesn't do that. It takes the first name of your contact that you entered in, and it draws it right into the conversation, okay, where it says, hey, hi, Brady, interested in local market conditions. Here's the other tip. You can actually change that just before you're about ready to send the text message. So let's continue. Couple more things you can add. You can add the digital marketing strategy video. It's awesome. It explains to the seller all your cool tools, okay? It's a consumer-facing video, but here's the seller presentation that you can include, and I love this. When you click on that icon, it's going to tell you, well, what kind of presentation is this? It's a seller guide. We know that. So you select your office, and then the prospect's name is Brady, right? So you can go ahead and type Brady a message. Now, I know Sharon, so she would probably say something like, hey, Brady, comma, hope you and Annette are doing great, exclamation point. Here's the information I mentioned, period. Take a look at it at your convenience, period. Great. And then I can type in Sharon's name, right? Now, I can choose the cover photo if I wanted to. I just kind of leave it at the little keychain. That's good with me. Bottom right-hand corner, I can choose Add Presentation. Now, So I'm basically ready to go. I can go ahead and click continue. When I click continue, the system is going to tell me, hang tight, you're almost there. It says your request has been saved. Now go ahead and click the send, send the text message. So when I click send text message, here's what's pretty awesome. You're going to notice that you're going to see my text messages of my husband. But at the very bottom, you're going to notice the message, right, that's already created for me. But you can go into the message and you can edit it as you wish. I'm going to say I love it just the way that it is, and we're going to hit send, okay? When we hit send, what's great about this is that now we can experience what Brady's going to see when he gets the text message. So if I click where it says the seller presentation, because that's what we're talking about right now, we're going to check it out together. When I click on seller presentation, it's going to show it on my mobile device, which you see right here on the screen. It's also telling me to please rotate your mobile device to enable landscape mode. So just by rotating your phone, you're going to be able to see this complete seller guide. It's branded to Sharon. It looks fantastic. And here's what we know. Consumers love to be walked through all the details on what they can expect. And being that real estate sales advisor, it's important to provide them something of quality. It's branded, it has relative information, so good. So even though it's fast and it takes no time, it never will compromise your quality of what it is that you're sending out to your consumer, okay? So I'm just gonna speed through towards the end, includes your testimonials, which is awesome. And then it ends with your contact information. So we love this. We know that it works and it's super effective for your audience. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint and just make sure that we're on task. Okay, the next thing we're gonna cover is the Exit Realty Connect app. Well, we're already in it. So let's just give you some navigation of how you can leverage this technology to definitely generate leads. So as you can tell, I'm gonna go back into the app. One of the things that we love is that as you're generating leads, okay, you're going to see in real time what leads you're generating. Right there where it says lead stream, you can actually click on those contacts and you'll see that Brady is at the top of the list. Let me just refresh my screen. There we go. It's going to tell you all of your leads in real time. So that's really important so that you as a real estate sales professional can engage with that consumer and pick up the phone and call them, introduce yourself, engage in a conversation, super important. So the app is incredibly critical in helping you stay connected. There are other ways too that you can help people get engaged with your mobile app, and that is by sending your app to others. So take a look here on the screen. On the bottom left-hand corner, you're gonna see a button that says Send App. We've got a lot of our exit agents, and what they're doing is, as a strategy, they're going into the app and they're typing in the email address of the consumer, okay, or their friend or family member, and then they hit send. So they're sending the information about connecting with their app. And then what they do, they pick up the phone and they check in with them. See how they're doing. How are the kids doing with homeschooling? What is it that they need, that they can be of assistance with? Who do they know that they can help? And then, oh, by the way, before they end the conversation, they'll say, just before I called you, I sent you an email with instructions on how to download my mobile app. That gives them the opportunity to connect with you. And you can also let them know, make sure that they connect with you as a real estate sales agent, because now their app is going to be completely branded to you, the exit associate. So let's do this. I'm going to log out of this screen because I want to show you what does it look like for a consumer when they're leveraging your app. So I'm going to go into client login on the bottom right hand corner. I highly encourage that perhaps you send yourself your Exit Realty Connect app, but send it to a different email address, right? So that you can see from the consumer side what the experience is and what you can do with the app. So I'm just going to log in as myself, and I'm going to enter in my password. It's just my test account that I use. What is it? Oh yeah. Cool. All right, so I'm going to click sign in. And when I sign in, this is the consumer perspective of the app, and they get to do all the great things that they enjoy doing with the app, which they love to search, right? They love to save properties. They also love to make sure that they're always connected with you. They can send a referral, which is incredible. And if you're, when they're sending a referral, that's great. They're going to receive your mobile business card, but what they can also do is they can share, let me refresh my screen, they can share your app with friends and family too, because isn't that what you want them to do? But here's something really cool that you might not know that your consumers can do with your mobile app, and that is they can connect their account with a family member, right, or friends. This is really great because when my daughter is ready to purchase her first home, right, she can download Sharon's app and she and I can connect the accounts together so that I can see all the homes that she's looking at. She can see all the homes that I'm looking at for her. The easy way to do that, I would just tell her, okay, now that you've got Sharon's awesome app, let's connect our apps together. And I just have her type in this Exit Realty app ID on her app, and then now our apps are together. This makes for a very collaborative experience. So make sure that you're leveraging this with your consumers when they're downloading your app. Okay, let's take a look at the mobile business card. All right. This is one of my favorite tools at Exit, the mobile business card, because it helps keep your people connected with you always. So at Exit, you have the ability to customize the vanity code on your mobile business card. So the benefit is, like today, we're not always able to be face-to-face with our audiences, but this technology helps you stay together, because if you don't have a business card, or if you don't have the ability to give someone your business card, you are absolutely able to have them connect with you with your mobile business card. Simply when they text your vanity code to 85377, this is the experience that they get, which is always impressive. I mean, if you have a really nice business card like I do, the heavy plastic, it's really nice card, this is impressive. But this is even more impressive because digitally, they're able to connect with you. One of the benefits as well is when they click on the button at the bottom that says download card, they're going to be able to, in just a couple clicks, download all your contact information, everything about you, your office name, your office address, your phone number, your fax, your email, everything, your website, even your picture, all of that downloads to the contacts of their phone, because who's got time to type in all that information on your business cards? Nobody does. But your mobile business card keeps you always marketing yourself through your mobile device, which is great. Remind people when they download your contact information or when they're using your mobile business card, they can easily connect with you. Now, this is what I love. When people are checking out your mobile business card and you want them to text you, if they click text me, here's what I love. It goes right to the text messaging app. They do not need to go in and retype your phone number, which there's always room for human error when they do that. The other thing is, let's say you wanted them to email you. When you click on email me, it opens up whatever email client you want it to use, but the email address is already in there. It's populated. Again, no room for error, right? They're going to be able to connect with you every single time accurately. So that's another awesome way to connect. Same with them calling you. They're not going to have to type in your phone number. They're going to be able to connect with you right away. So the mobile business card, you got to think about all the different ways to connect with people and making sure that you always remember to share your mobile business card. Okay, what's next? Next is the Expert Marketing Suite, which is fabulous from the Exit Realty Connect app. So let's do that. I'm going to log into the Exit Realty Connect app. And I'm just going to pause the screen for just a moment. Pause showing my screen. Cool. I'm just going to pause it there for just a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out as a client and I'm going to log back in as Sharon. So give me just a second. You guys are so patient. You're doing great. Okay, what I'm going to walk you through is our absolute awesome Expert Marketing Suite. And again, this is all through mobile. Okay, I'm gonna unfreeze my screen. Cool, okay, so now we're good. Give me a thumbs up, Susan, if you can see that. Just tell me, yep, we're good. We're good, Susan?
We're good.
Okay, great, awesome. So we're gonna show you the Expert Marketing Suite. This is one of my favorite resources in the Resource Center. So a couple things, you can go right to your properties, okay? And when you go to your properties, you can click on a property, and look at this, you're already in the Expert Marketing Suite. So what's important to note about this is that all the resources to help give your home maximum exposure is right here in the palm of your hand. Lots of our associates are leveraging the fact that they've got this information. Now, I'm going to expand my view so that you can see this really good. So take a look at the custom text code that you get, right? Where you can get on Instagram stories and say, hey, I've got this beautiful new listing. You got to go check it out. If you text E187771 to the text code 85377, everybody's able to check out all the beautiful details of this great property. You also have the PDF flyers, whether it's the portrait style or landscape. You can adjust the map pin. You've got the single property web page, the virtual tours. You can send your property to someone, or you can start creating on Facebook. Such a great way to stay connected, and it's so easy to navigate through the Expert Marketing Suite to start marketing your property. So make sure that you definitely check that out. Also, we're continuing with our Exit Ad Center. You're gonna love this even more. So we're gonna go back into the app, okay? On the upper left-hand corner. Now, aren't you guys glad that we're recording this session so that you can pause and you can go back and review, right? You're gonna have this session that you can watch later over and over again, so don't feel overwhelmed. One thing I'm gonna share with you is inside your Exit Realty Connect app is the Ad Center, okay? So we're gonna click on Exitize Me, and when we do, you're gonna see a button for the Exit Ad Center. When we click on this, so easy for you to create your ad. So let's take a look about this, or let's take a look. So inside the app, okay, we can go into deciding what type of ad do you wanna create. Do you want to create an agent recruiting ad? Do you want to create a flex ad to promote an event? Or do you want to go in and start marketing your listing? So let's say marketing your listing. We're going to create a listing ad to generate leads. I can go ahead and click on Get Started. Remember, we're not doing this from the Resource Center. We're doing this from the Exit Realty Connect app on mobile, okay? Now, here's what's cool. We chose the listing ad. Now let's choose a property. Did you know all of your properties are integrated right here also within the app in the Exit Ad Center, which again makes it so easy. Your listings are here. You could just swipe across to see which listing you want to promote. I like this one. And then you could just simply choose the listing and then click Done at the bottom right-hand corner. So choose the listing and click Done on the bottom. Now here's what I love, is that if I click on Show Ad Previews at the top, look, I'm already seeing my ad take shape and it looks fantastic. So for those individuals who say, I can't do Facebook ads because I'm just not comfortable on how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I gotta tell you that you will look like you've been doing them for a very, very long time. Now you can still go in and you can edit, of course, the description, the body text, the headline. You can change the photo. You can do all of those things. The only thing left to do now is to set your schedule and what your spend is gonna be. The dashboard to do this, there's no cost, and all of your leads are on your dashboard, which is great. And you can export those leads and put them into something else, which is fabulous. See, aren't you glad you attended this session? I sure am. So those are the 6 resources. Now let's break this down, okay? Because I want to talk now about how do I do this daily, because that was a super dose of a lot of awesomeness. So let's talk about how you're going to use this every single day. Okay, we're going to focus on various audiences, and we're going to just review what is it that I can leverage with these audiences every single day that I'm interacting. Well, let's focus on consumers for a moment. Okay, there's 4 things I want you to think about. For your consumer, general people, okay, your mobile business card is a great way to stay connected. Remember, if you can't give them a card, You can give them an experience, which is definitely the wow factor. Okay, so just people in general, you want to meet them, you want to connect with them, share your mobile business card. Number two, leverage the take action to 85377. If you remember, we launched that in March of last year. That gives consumers immediate COVID-19 resources throughout North America. Is that still an issue? Yeah, it is. And people need information. So you can be the one who delivers that information just by simply letting them know, hey, here's a resource. If you text take action, okay, to 85377, you're giving them those resources right to their mobile device. You're a value that they didn't even know that they needed, but they do need you. The other resource for consumers is exitrealty.com. This is our corporate website, and what it does is it validates to the consumer that you are who you say you are, and that's very important. The fourth is your Exit Realty Connect app, because you're giving people what they love to do, and that's search, which is very important. Now, buyers, there's an opportunity here. Are people thinking about moving, right? Are they thinking about purchasing a home closer to family? It's true, they are. So you want to make sure that you're sharing with them the Exit Realty Connect app. Be attentive, especially on social media, because people are dropping clues all the time. And if they're thinking about moving or purchasing a home, this is a great way for you to proactively let them know, hey, here's my Exit Realty Connect app. Here's my app. It's branded. Well, it gives them what they want to do, which is search. It's going to be in a branded experience, which is what you want. The second thing to remember is, just like the seller presentation, you have one for buyers, and buyers love to be handheld, right, throughout the entire process of what is it that they need to expect when purchasing a home. So you can give them that tremendous value. The other, of course, is your mobile business card, because if you're like me, I'm sure you are, in my top desk drawer, you're not going to believe this, okay? This is where business cards go to die, right? They do. And this is not a place where you want to be, right? You don't want to be in that pile. You don't. You want to be in people's phones. So when you're sharing your mobile business card and you show them how they can download all your contact information, guess what? The next time you call them, your information pops up. The next time you text them, your information comes up. You're no longer, I don't know who this is, I'm not going to answer it, right? Your mobile business card is so important to share. The fourth is the text 4MM to 85377. That is our 4-minute million formula. And some of you might be thinking, why in the world would I share with a buyer the 4-minute million video? Well, I'm here to tell you that you would share it with them to let them know the type of company that you work for, right? This is an empathy-oriented company, that a portion of every transaction goes to the spirit of exit. That, you know, we, through residual income, help fill in the gaps in between transactions, that we help our agents focus on retirement, and that we help our agents leave a legacy long after they're no longer here, and they're leaving that legacy to their families. Consumers would be very interested to know that this is the type of company that you work for. That while you're focusing on their buyers' needs, what's happening is that your company is focusing on your needs as a real estate sales professional. So you can focus all your attention on them. So I encourage you, share the 4-minute million video with your potential buyers as well. Okay, let's focus on sellers. 4 things here. So for sellers, when you text list with exit to 85377, they get to see a video that speaks to them, not at them. It speaks to them about the tools and resources you have to give their home maximum exposure. That's awesome. Make sure that you share that video with them the night before you're going to do a presentation, right? If the presentation is over video, that's fine. Still share it with them the night before. If you're in an area where you can still proactively be face-to-face with your clients and you can deliver a listing presentation, awesome. Still deliver it to them the night before, because it outlines all your tools that you have, your innovative tools to give their home maximum exposure. That's huge, because by the time you see them, they already understand, and that's important. The second thing is your digital seller guide, right? as I presented using the Exit Realty Connect app. That's a great way, a presentation that walks them through the process of what you're willing to do to go above and beyond to get their home, maximum dollar value, right? The next is the smart sign technology. When you showcase to your, sellers, this is how my technology works, that when they text exit sign to 85377, your sellers now get the experience of what are buyers going to experience when they interact with your smart sign technology. They're going to be like, that is really cool, because sellers know how frustrating it is that when they go to a listing and there's a flyer box, but there's no flyers in it, super frustrating. Or when a seller calls the agent but can't leave a voicemail because their mailbox is full, super frustrating, right? Your tools give your consumers exactly what they want. They want pictures and pricing, and they want it immediately because they're fused to their mobile devices, right? Sellers love this technology because it elevates consumer confidence, because you're giving them what they want, how they want it. So your smart sign technology, fabulous. There is also a flyer inside the resource center that you can print and bring with you, so don't forget that. And then the expert marketing suite, my goodness, that is such a fabulous tool for our agents because it does the heavy lifting for you. Gone are the days where you need to create the marketing yourself, that you're sitting behind a computer and you're trying to figure out other marketing programs. You don't need to do that. You have beautiful flyers that you can use to promote your listings. The Expert Marketing Suite does the heavy lifting for you, and we're super proud of that. Okay, few things on recruits. So who's a recruit? Well, it could be someone who's thinking about getting into the real estate business, or it could be an existing agent who's looking for more, right? So here are some multiple ways that you can help interact with your technology using mobile. That is the digital sponsoring guide. So just like in the app, when we went into the quick lead section, there's also a section for a potential recruit that talks about all the tools that you get as a member benefit and why Exit is helping people, really improve their lives. So you can share the digital sponsoring guide with them. You also have the Think Residuals text code, okay? They can text Think Residuals to 85377, and they're gonna get the interactive residuals calculator, which is so fun for them to put in their numbers of what do they foresee for residual income, how many agents do they see themselves inviting into Exit, how many closings, and what does that mean in residual income. It's pretty amazing. The next is sending them the 4-Minute Million video. Again, having them understand our absolute unfair competitive advantage at Exit Realty. Our 4-Minute Million formula is that. The short video will absolutely describe it, and they can watch that through mobile. And then we have your app, right, and your mobile business card. Great way for you to share your branding and just interacting with them and how they can use it with their potential buyers. Here's a few more things for recruits. You can absolutely share the Exit TV text code. This is where they can access our YouTube channel. There are, I believe there's 45 now, but there's going to be very soon 46 videos that they can go back and watch. Now, these videos are about our Techinars. Lots of different great videos that they can watch. And you might be wondering, well, why would we share that information with agents from other brands? Because it helps everyone, right? You can share that text code with an agent from another brand, because if it helps them increase their business, that's a great thing. Of course, they're going to see, man, this is amazing. I'd like to learn more from Exit, not just, the YouTube channel. That's great too. But it helps the entire industry. So we believe, right, you want to be part of the solution. The next thing you can share with potential recruits is our Achiever magazine. This is a great resource that talks about so many great stories of our culture and how Exit Realty has just incredibly changed people's lives and helped them accomplish their dreams. We also have the List with Exit. This gives them, even though it's a consumer-facing video, it helps agents from other companies or people potentially thinking about getting into real estate. It helps them understand the types of technology that helps sellers give their home maximum exposure. They'll love that. And then of course, Prompter. We can't ignore how that is such a great piece of technology to share. with your potential recruits. It's the affirmation app. It's focusing on those positive reinforced statements every single day through the app of Prompter. So make sure that you share the Prompter app with them because it's good for everybody. Now, for training, of course, inside the Exit Realty Connect app, you can click on media and have access to all kinds of trainings. Just this morning, as I was getting ready, I was listening and watching the interview with one of our exit associates. And there's just so much incredible knowledge that you get every time that you listen. So even while getting ready in the morning, make it part of your ritual, open up the Exit Realty Connect app and go into media and just listen to some of these interviews. They're incredible. You also, for training, have the YouTube channel. So if you missed a Techinar, you can go there and access all of our trainings. You have the Leaders Path podcast, which our Director of Leadership, Bob McKinnon, just does fabulous interviews himself, and you can learn from others. So leverage the Leaders Path podcast, which is also inside the Exit Realty Connect app or in the Resource Center. And then our Aspire coaching, 13 full coaching sessions. This started last year. We have a whole series recorded and we just started again this year. So it's an exciting series of trainings to fulfill your dreams through sponsoring. So you want to check that out for training. Now, I love this quote. Do you guys know, of course you know Zig Ziglar. He says, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily, right? So when you think about motivating and staying connected, whether it's your consumers, your buyers, whether it's your sellers, your recruits, or even just the industry at large, I always encourage, and there's for you to think about, what can I be doing daily? And then because we're in the month of January, and I know many of you are going to be watching this later on, but because we're in the month of January, one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King is, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? So when you think about that, after we've gone through all the different types of technologies, think about, what is it that you're doing? With audiences vast and wide, what are you doing to stay connected in a meaningful way? And can you be leveraging some of the tools that we outlined today to make that connection even more meaningfully? I would suspect that the answer is yes. So put that quote with you, write that quote. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Always focus on who to connect with and make sure that that connection lasts. Thank you so much for joining us today for this Techinar. You can find these Techinars in our Resource Center, or you can go to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to stay connected with us. We want to make sure that we're constantly communicating with you for upcoming Techinars that you can connect with. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you again. Make it a great rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.